Who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life on a Friday? Yes, welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update Show, the Breakfast Club. How is everybody doing this morning? Did I not label this correctly? But maybe I did. Anyways, yes, we got some kind of breaking news, not on the men's side, on the women's side, on the women's team that we're going to get to, and some comments about that from the chat. Love to get your thoughts on it, and also a little bit more on the Mark Howard about dropping the goalkeepers from the gaffer. But that is the gaffer. That is Phil Parkinson. Anyways, how's everyone doing this morning? Please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't subscribed already. We are here. It is a Friday. It is the kickoff of summer here. It is the official kickoff of summer. It is what's the equivalent of for dudes for hot girl summer? Does anyone know that? I need to know in the chat what's the equivalent for dudes. Not hot girl summer, for like dude summer. I need to know that. But hot girl summer, but dude guy summer. There you go. Anyways, thanks for coming in. Hey, Marie from SoCal. Ted's in the house. Paul's here. Goofy spot. And let's get right to the news. Wrexham part ways with Steve Dale. Yes, this is coming out of nowhere, to be honest with you. I didn't see this coming. Listen, I will fully admit I don't follow the women's team as much as I should. But I know Steve Dale was well liked. I know Steve Dale has done well for the club, moved him forward. But a statement came out this morning that Steve Dale has stepped down. He has stepped down, and I'm going to read the statement here. As you can see it up there, I will pull it down because I'll read from the side. Eyeline, blah blah blah. You know the stuff here. But statement: Steve Dale resigns as Wrexham AFC Women's manager. As the women's manager, Steve Dale has announced his resignation as Wrexham AFC Women manager, effective immediately after 4 seasons in charge. He traveled down on the tour with them, right? Please get in the chat. Let me know if that's true. Going on to say, Dale, who led the first team to promotion in 2023, and the transition to semi-professional football that followed, has elected to leave his post after finishing the Genera Adrian Premier top 4 for the 2nd consecutive season. Wow, he's doing really well. Speaking on his departure, Dale said, "After 4 fantastic seasons in charge of Wrexham AFC Women, I made the decision to step down as manager to pursue other opportunities. I would like to thank everyone at the football club for their support during my time here, and especially to the staff, the players, for helping us make history with Wrexham AFC. I'm hugely proud of the achievements on the pitch and honored to have been able to play a part in the growth of women's football, not just in Wrexham, but in North Wales." Well, awesome. I would like to wish wish Wrexham all the best, very luck in the future. Dale first took charge in October 21 after Mary Edwards departed. He's done very well for the club. He leaves with his best wishes from the football club, says right here, coaching in his men's youth team setup and his work in the community and foundation. Wrexham AFC CEO Michael Williamson said, "We would like to thank Steve for everything he has contributed to the women's football here at the Wrexham Football Club. He has helped to change the face of the game, not just in Wrexham, but in all of Wales, overseeing an historic, hugely successful 4 seasons. Steve departs with our grateful thanks and with our very best wishes for the future. Our search for his replacement is now underway." So, yes, that's I would say shock news. Or did anyone see that coming? I didn't see it coming. I didn't see a hot tub time machine. Anyone? I mean, come on, there we go. But Welsh Techie ran him out. Maybe that's true, Aaron. I don't know. Obviously, he's joking. I don't know. Aaron, are you working? Or are you home? Are you working? Or are you home? Well, look, I'll give my piece on this. I'll give my piece on this a little bit here. So, everyone, I think we had talked about earlier, even with the men's side of things, everyone wants to move on and push themselves for bigger challenges or more challenges or whatever the case, whether on the pitch, off the pitch, or anything in life for that matter. So, listen, Wrexham AFC Women will continue to move and progress, and they've done so well so far. Is putting them on the map. And I think the club has done very, very well to make sure that the Wrexham women's team has not been left behind in the wake, along with not with the men's team. That could easily have been done, by the way, easily. But I think the quality and the character of this club, of what Ryan and Rob and the Allen family and everything they want to do for a 360 view of bringing the town and the men's and women's team, I think they've done a fantastic job. I was able to see them for the first time in UCLA last summer, by the way, and the Rex Coast Tour play at at UCLA for the first time on the United States soil. So I feel very honored and privileged to have seen that. Yes, it was a defeat, but still having the women come over and play in the United States for the first time ever, fantastic. And the highlight here is the fact that it's still the start of the story. Steve Dale obviously has ambitions himself, which is great. He left gracefully, and we obviously wish him well. So it is what it is. Welsh Techie says had to go. Okay. See it was Techie. I don't know enough about it. So I'm just reporting. It's a news show. Okay. This is a news show today. That's why I'm doing this. I forgot what is going on here. Hold on. I screwed something up here. What did I messed this up totally today. Right. Sorry. 1 second. This is what happens when I do things in the morning when I'm not thinking. Usually I'm not thinking, But if you want to add some more context to Welsh Techie, just let me know. I'd love to know a little bit more about it. By the way, going back to what is hot girl summer and what dude summer is, we are going with suns out, guns out. I don't know if the guns, we're working on the guns. I don't know. Scott says, I guess Steve Dale, that has got a better job offer somewhere else. Maybe. And Brett Bavard says, what up? Good morning. Hey, Aaron. Didn't even say hi to me, just says hi to Aaron. But Techie says he had to go. I'd love to know a little bit more about it. If I want to deep dive in this, Techie, if you're available around, you want to come in, understand. I'd love to know a little bit more about it. And Aaron's at work for another hour, he said. Maybe Aaron could send his coaching resume to the club. Listen, Aaron can send his coaching resume to the club, but he can't show his technique, putting the ball wide nine years away from the goal because he's too afraid to score on his son. I don't know. I bet they bring a high qualified women's coach. I bet you they do. Listen, this could be good. I don't know enough about the women's side of things to be fair. So here we go. Going in with this of what I know the ambition of the club will be. I'm sure they'll go out and make a great appointment. I'm sure they'll continue to push forward. And I'm sure that Steve will go on and get another job. And I'm sure that we will continue. Parting ways doesn't mean it's over for either side. You got to grow tutto passa. You got to move on. This will pass. And so they're going to go and maybe be better for both parties. So there you go. Maybe Aaron Cassell's going. Sorry, I got to that. Marie from SoCal says, welcome to Wrexham last night was the best episode ever. Rob and Ryan were so damn funny. Well, I think you're biased because you were in the episode. Miss Marie from SoCal. I did see you, and I saw another dude. They say, I saw myself. They say the camera adds about 30 pounds. I didn't know it was in your face. My face, that is, not Marie's, my face. Wow. But that was during Christmas period, so there you go. Eric Cole says, I'm betting they're bringing high quality done. Okay, here we go. Welsh Techie. A little more context, which is good. This is why we do the show. This is why this community is fantastic. And Welsh Techie is on point. Cardiff, Brighton Ferry, and TNS improved. Swansea are aggressively approaching next season. Wrexham need to push on both with recruitment. On the pitch, the cup final showed Steve had no plan B. There you go. Well said, Welsh Techie. Love to have someone else's side of that too. And that's one right there. If anyone disagrees with that or not, interesting enough. Now, on that note, Techie, why did he resign? Was he forced out? And this is the way they go about mutual parted ways. Wasn't in the press release. It was he is stepping down. I don't know. Brett says we need Aaron here, and I would love it if Gaz stepped in for the women. Okay. And by the Gaz does say pushed or wanted a different job. Says Gaz. Could be a little bit of both, right? Could be a little bit of both. I don't know. Could be a little bit. Guys can't manage and still train coaches for FAW. He had to give one of them up. He said, "Okay, there you go." What's going on, Matt? How you doing? Nikki D goes on to say, "I think they need more of a skillful S&C coach." What S&C? What is S&C coach? As well. S&C. What is that? Nikki, it's Friday. You know what I mean? I know it's probably something very simple like shoots and ladders or something. Some of the women's side seem to not top physical fitness like some of the other teams they play against. Not saying they are over. Okay, fair enough. You're saying that. Okay, fair enough. I don't know. Strength and conditioning. Jesus. Sometimes I told you something so easy. There you go. Strength, and oh my God, I missed it. Hi, I just got here. What's going on, Mel and Lionel? Just to catch you up, if you missed it, Steve Dale has announced that he's resigned from Wrexham AFC. That is top of the line news we're talking about here. too. So that's what we're talking about. Sorry, dude. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. Have your say. Get into the chat. Who do you think we'll go after? Are there names out there that we think that we can go after? That we think we can improve the squad? That's great. And how is the squad? How was their time? I think they're in Asia. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I should be following it more, but sometimes you have, too many things going on. And so, but I wanted to get this out. This is news. Okay. So, okay, thanks. All right, there we go. Next bit of news that I want to talk about here too. Only reason I said it was because he was touchdown in Hong Kong. Oh, okay. Oh, so has this been in the works? Sorry, before we move on, has this been in the works? Was he not on the trip? Did Steve Dale not go on the trip to Hong Kong? Someone confirm that or deny. I cannot confirm or deny. I don't know. Someone let me know. Okay, moving on. That'll be in the chat. We'll get to the second piece of business today that we're going to get to is Parkinson talking about Mark Howard, Brad Foster, and Liam Hall being released, the goalkeepers. Okay, we touched on this yesterday, but this came out, I believe, this morning. That I wanted to talk about real quick. Phil Parkinson says the rules over the squad size meant his hands were tied. He had no choice but to release 3 goalkeepers. Okay. Okay. I see you in the chat. Let me touch on that in a second. So we did release Chomp, Brad Foster, and Liam Hall, 3 goalkeepers. Okay. Remember, they all count toward the 25 this season. So this all makes sense. This is all going to start coming into shape. We're starting to learn a little bit more about the championship. And by the way, speaking of championship, alert. Back on the live watch alongs tomorrow. We will be doing the live watch along tomorrow for Sheffield United versus Sunderland for tomorrow. That's the watch along we will be doing tomorrow on the local pundit. Okay, on the local pundit tomorrow. It's not stupid o'clock at 5 a.m. I think it's 7 a.m. So I pushed a little bit in my own brain and to regards to like get your ass up and get your ass to Mars. So I'm going to be doing it tomorrow. Live watch along Sunderland versus Sheffield United, the richest game in the world, they call it. So yeah, there's a news to note. I'll get the thumbnail up and everything. So be prepared for that tomorrow. We'll sit down, relax, do that. Maybe have some bacon and eggs. I don't know. Okay, back to the show. So this is what Parkinson said, releasing Howard, releasing the 3 goalkeepers. Mark left Carlisle 3 years ago and to come aboard with us in the National League, and he has made a good contribution over the last 3 years, says Parkinson, both on and off the pitch. No more so than this season when he was called upon and showed a very consistent level of performance. Now, this ties into last night's Welcome to Wrexham episode, talking about Mark Howard. Mark Howard, okay, remember the Disney episode last night? Disney FC. AO goes down, hurts his wrist, breaks his wrist, okay? Callum Burton pulls his thigh, whatever the hell he did. I don't know what the actual definition of pulling your thigh is. Your knee bone's connected to your ball bone. I don't know. So he gets hurt, and Chomp steps in, and he did very well. He did his job. He was a great servant. Letting go was probably hard, but last night, if you haven't seen last night's Welcome to Wrexham episode, it was very good. It did show a little bit more insight on how that went down. And Mark stepped in, did a job. He also, the competitive spirit in him, wanted to go and be like, I still have it. And he did. He did a fantastic job. So Parkinson said about the numbers, he goes, but with the numbers and the goalkeepers counting in the squad, it makes it difficult for Mark, and Mark wants to carry on playing. So Parkinson's saying, we'd like to have him, but it's difficult to have, I would say probably a guy at 38. And if Mark wants to continue to play, Mark wants to go do his thing as well. There it goes. Probably we need to get a little younger. I think Callum Burton's a great backup. Number 2, 1-1A, I would say. I think he's really good. So that's that. Parkinson goes on to say, I think he got a taste of playing after playing so well this year. He wants to have an opportunity if someone gave him a role somewhere. That's a good shout. That's kind of a little bit more insight there, that like I said, the competitive spirit. Parkinson went on to say, I had a great chat with Mark. He's another really good lad, and we wish him all the best. I mean, all the guys in there are all really good. All of them are really good. So, but yes, goes on about Brad. He said Brad is unlucky because he has done nothing but impress us in training, says Parkinson. He is going to be a good goalkeeper, but unfortunately he is 23. So it's a numbers game. All about the numbers. All about the numbers. I'm going to get the papers. All about the numbers. Goes on to say, for himself, Brad needs to go and play men's football now. I explained that to him, and he totally gets that. I think this is good. These are good conversations, revealing a little bit more behind the scenes. Everything, we imagine is happening, but we don't have it unless We don't have it. We don't have it. We don't have, top of letting someone go. We're getting a little bit more insight, which is good. And we do have the ability for. Sorry, what's going on with my thing here? We do have the ability to have. We are lucky enough, by the way, to have. Welcome to Wrexham there. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Something's going on my phone. I didn't know. Okay, back about Liam now. Liam has been great for us. He has worked tirelessly on the training grounds since Parkinson. Those kind of contributions do not go unnoticed, but they are important during the week's trainings. So I was a backup player when I played at UConn, and when I walked on, you're not going to start. Your job is to, you're not going to start. You're not going to play. This is in basketball, by the way. You're not going to start, but your job is to make it competitive, improve yourself, and also push the first team players so that they can be better themselves. And then when they go out on match day, they feel like they've had someone pushing them all week, which is great. So, someone like Liam knew he wasn't going to play, but still wanted to put his best effort out. And it only helps you improve. When I was younger too, playing basketball, I always played against older guys, older men, than my brothers. Shout out Petro, my brother, who was always better than me, and that makes you better. So Liam, young goalkeeper too, going out and play with guys challenging him helps him out too. So it's a win-win right there. But your job as a backup or third stringer, that your job is to go and be there in training every day, show up. It's the Rudy effect. Who's the wild man now? There you go. Continuing with the chat here from, the quotes from Parkinson. He is another one like Brad, where you can only be in that training ground for a goalkeeper so long before you start making your own mark as a goalkeeper somewhere else. So about ambition, about going out and doing that for his own career. So all this is very well said. Parkinson is very savvy. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Parkinson is very savvy and has been around the game a long time and knows how to present to the public and internally and get his voice across without making too high and too low. So good on him. I like it. All right, let's get back to the chat. I need a local pundit hat. Looking good, Josh. I don't know if I'm looking good, but I'll take it. I'll take any compliments anyone wants to put out there at all. There's a local pundit hat right there. But Glenn Howard, yes, I'm not at my house. I'm not at the house where they are. But the hats are up there, so I have to figure something out. But good to have you in. Aaron says that tells me we're only carrying 2 keepers in the squad. Third keeper will be under 21. That's a possibility. Congrats on your cameo this week on Welcome to Wrexham. Thank you very much. Yes, actually, more about Marie from SoCal. I mean, come on, Marie from SoCal. How good is AO? 14 minutes in, breaks his wrist, keeps playing, and gets a clean sheet. He did. That one to me, here you go. I love his grit. I love his grind, right? That one to me, I would have pressed him a little bit more. If I'm a trainer, I'm just saying, you want to play, you don't want to come off, you don't want the team down. But if you broke your wrist, I mean, a goddamn soldier. You got to give him but damn, looking back, like should have come off. TLP says, SMS says, woo, woo, TLP watch along. Yep, that's right. Definitely TLP watch along tomorrow. Okay, John Merrill. Did we miss John Merrill here? Chomp did an interview yesterday. I thought he hinted at Tom Kearney. Not that he'd be in the loop. I thought that was killed, Maddow. That was killed, I think, by Humphrey Carr. I'm not confirmed to that, but I thought that was already shut down, but I could be wrong. Okay. All right. Listen, not much news going on today. What else? Ryan Longman had something about the key factors of promotion that he said. I guess I'll get to this one too, for everyone to have their say. In a second, Sherry says, "Hey Sherry, how are you? I like your thumbnail. Am I looking? Yeah, that's a cool thumbnail. I like it. Hair looks good. The hair is haired, by the way. I broke my wrist in 3 places. I can't imagine how the hell he did that for the match. They probably shot him up with something. Yeah. Also, too, speaking of that, she just reminded me of something. You're very welcome, Sherry. You're very welcome. Are you new? Where are you watching from? I think you're new to the chat. I think you're new to the channel. So let me know where you're watching from. I'm happy to have you in. Thank you very much. I told you you're going to have the best damn podcast of your life today, didn't we? I said it at the top of the show. On that note, speaking of breaks, before I get to this thing with Ryan Longman, and I know we're kind of jumping around here a bit, as we always do on the local pundit. They had footage of Jack Marriott's leg break. They showed it. They had the footage of it. And I don't know if you saw it, coming down the right side, shoots, goes over his left ankle, and pop, snap right there. And his fibula. And we have the same injury. I'm going to do it again. The show. I have the same one right here. Screws and bolts right here. All right there. Yeah. Those screws and bolts. We did the same thing. It looked bad. He said, I knew it. He said, it went down. I heard it pop, but I tried to ignore it. Like, I'll be fine. Just like any other, player. Marriott, but he did his ankle. And it looked bad. I mean, it was a freak one. There was no turf monster. There was no like water. It just was unlucky, unfortunately. And they used it really good last night in the show, in the Welcome to Wrexham show, episode 4, about talking about Disney FC, about how in the beginning of Disney movies, you're killing off mothers, like Bambi's mom and things like that. So very, very interesting. And all is lost. It was all lost. Sherry is from Boston. Sherry from Boston. There you go. She's a couple cousin from Boston right there. Awesome. Happy to have you in. I'm from Connecticut originally. Paul says, all I saw was Marie and some guy standing next to her. Sorry, Josh. Well, unfortunately, it was me. Spoiler alert. Yes. No socks, actually. He's practically naked. Utter filth. I'm showing my ankle, not my feet. You guys are crazy. All right. So Longman was talking here. There's an article that was up as well. Like I said, it is a news show and not much news. So this is just kind of old news stuff, but I'll just read it anyway. I'll read these quotes. Longman said, there's a lot of boys in that changing room that have experienced promotion, and they got that understanding of the game and how to see it all out. I said, I'm 24, and I'd never been in a promotion side before. So just being in, pull that down, just being in the changing room and feeling off of them, learning off of them, has been massive for my game as well. That's great. They're really experienced, and knowing that they've been in these situations before, you feed off them because they make you feel calm and you feel like you can go out and perform. They are an unbelievable talent, and some of them have had incredible careers. So I can't read today, but they still want to do well. They kept wanting to go. Hopefully they can do that. Hopefully we can carry on what we're doing. Now, I thought Ryan Longman came in January. He didn't quite start right away, but he actually turned into one of our best players of the season. What a signing. And I can't wait to see what he's doing next season. What a signing. He was running a player, different player than we had before. I think John Merrill called him a 24-year-old journeyman at one point, but I'll take it. So good on him. And yes, always going back to the locker room, that gives everyone an extra 5-10% in your game and having that closeness. So good for them. And it's really cool to see, really good to hear a little bit more about that. But anyways, short show today because not much. We'll try to set up a show with the guys and the gals later on. I don't know, Saturday, Sunday. It's holiday weekend here. Kick off the summer. Kick off the hot girl summer. There you go. Here you go. John's in. He is a journeyman. He will be on the bench player. He'll be a bench player for you next season. He might be. We'll see who we sign. But yes. All right. Remember, update tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a live watch along Sheffield United versus Sunderland. We're going to do that one. And if anything breaks, as we know, we will break it here on the local pundit and share it with all of you. We'll try to get another show up. Kick the Tire show. Maybe a Sunday session, which would be fun to do with everyone else. So please smash the like on the video and subscribe to the local pundit if you haven't yet. We're on our way to 3,000. That's the goal by the start of the season. Gaz says, go Sunderland. Let's do it. But yes, I don't know who I'm rooting for yet. I'll find out in the morning tomorrow. But yes, just everyone have a good Friday. Enjoy the kickoff of the summer. And on that bombshell, I'll see y'all soon.